Here on Wolf's Unknown, we get an iconic movie from 1980, pre-recorded in a non-soundproof studio, our Wolf and Catastrophe.
Hooray.
Oh man, we just got done watching a fantastic film. It's The Blues Brothers, and who better to do it with than my own brother?
Catastrophe.
So here's the rundown of the film.
Two brothers in Chicago are sent on a mission from God to collect $5,000 in order to keep their orphanage standing. In order to do so, they must get their band back together while avoiding the police, Nazis, a psycho ex-girlfriend played by Carrie Fisher, a country band, a restaurant owner named Joe, and even the U.S. military are after them. In doing so, they cause so much destruction that even Michael Bay would call them out on it.
It's a fun film all the way through. All the destruction is underplayed in a wonderful way. The songs featured are great. I was with the beat on all of them. From the blues to country, the songs just are fantastic. A lot of big names were in on this film as well. However, at times it felt like it was too long of a movie. It took a while for the band to actually get together, and there wasn't much of a time rush. They had 11 days, and only at the end did the rush for it really come. Characters.
Elwood and Jake, the titular brothers, were pretty funny actually. They brush everything off so well in the most humorous way. They never needed to get into a fight because they simply outsmarted their enemies by utilizing some pretty sick driver skills, which I have to commend as rather awesome since we never actually see many heroes who are in films that try to avoid physical combat altogether anymore. They're the most badass pacifists ever. Even Morgan from The Walking Dead looks like a moron in comparison. Granted, though, that might not be saying much as of now, but the point still stands. They do so much damage to everything around them, but it's all to save their orphanage, a pretty noble cause even for these two guys. The movie has nothing cringy in it at all, actually, but at times it felt like it dragged on just a little too much. It can also be called a family-friendly movie since there is very little to no swearing or sex jokes. There is a few instances, but not much to overshadow the film. The bittersweet ending is done so well because although things may look bad for the brothers at every turn, they still retain such likable personalities and good spirits through it all. The only bad part about this movie is that it got a terrible sequel, Blues Brothers 2000, which should be avoided by everyone at all costs. This is the kind of movie that doesn't deserve a sequel and can never be recaptured by anyone who tries.
However, I didn't feel as much for the other band members. We do get a sense of what their lives are like when the brothers encounter them, but after that they immediately reunite in the band and completely fade into the background.
At least we can say that it has its fair share of realistic characters and cartoony characters. Their funniest interactions were usually with Jake's psycho ex-girlfriend Princess Leia, who was trying to kill them throughout the movie. It's pretty amazing that outside of the over-the-top characters, they interact with our almost humorous settings that lots of people can laugh at today.
Rating. Oh man, the action, non-stop hilarious.
We don't want to spoil how cool it was, but in short, all the build-up we endured in the film was totally worth it thanks to the amazing visual effects and all-out crazy climax we got. The finale to this piece is so good that makes Michael Bay's budget look disgraceful in comparison.
Nothing is dated either, which makes it stand out as a classic. I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
Well, I'd rate it a 9 out of 10, but only because it feels too long at times, and we didn't get to know the other bandmates as well as any other characters. Even Jake and Elwood have some mysterious past that would have been interesting to delve into.
It's a movie that the whole family can enjoy, but doesn't follow logic a lot of the times. To enjoy it, it's best you have to take off your analysis cap. Something hard for me to do.
In total, it's so cool that it's awesome. I'd strongly recommend watching it if you're into Looney Tune-esque adventures with more downplayed comedy actors. Till then, this has been our newest segment, Wolf's Unknown. I'm Catastrophe.
And I'm Wolf.
And we'll see you all later.